weep, Grana Weepanimong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today I'm coming back at you with some stuff and some things I've found from the four corners of the Tinterweb. I do this every single Tuesday and Saturday on this channel, so if you like the sound of that, why not think about giving me a like, a share and a subscribe, because it really does help me out.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Kicking off today then with the Matrix Workshop, and last time we were together we were talking about their gun for the power of the primes, Abominus. And now they're coming with an upgrade kit for the weapons for your Combiner Wars Defensor. So if you want those extra weapons that'll all combine together to make one massive weapon, or two massive weapons in this case, then this is definitely worth a pickup. I'm not a big fan of this mold actually. I think it looks a little bit odd, but you do get some extra weapons for every single one of the figures in this set, and they fit on them in their alt modes and in their bot modes as well, and just make everything look a little bit cool. This set isn't really for me though. I don't really like it for some reason. Just, yeah, not for me. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. Are you going to be picking this up? They also have a Matrix Workshop extra sword for your Combiner Wars MENASOR. MENASOR always needs a menacing sword. Moving over to FUNBIE Studios, and they've been putting the final touches to the AXAION terminal for your Beast Wars figures. So if you want that perfect diorama for your Beast Wars figures, then they are definitely getting you covered. Look at the detailing on this. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Nice little chair and everything that comes with it, and they've already done the kind of table for everybody as well, and it just looks absolutely fantastic when you put this all together. Look at that, really great. FUNBIE Studio is absolutely killing it. I am not the biggest fan of the Beast Wars thing, but this looks great. As we know, Hasbro have been very busy trying to turn your War for Cybertron Siege take on Megatron into the Shattered Glass. Well, FUNBIE Studios are busy trying to turn the War for Cybertron into the Prime take on Megatron, and I think this looks better. I think they've done a much better job. This looks absolutely incredible. I would take this actually as a Shattered Glass version if you put some stuff on it. I think this looks absolutely awesome. Nice little add-on kit here. I would never think you'd be able to turn this tank into something that looks so good. I know essentially it's parts forming and it's just a shell, but it does turn into this dinky little cool little tank type affair with some turrets, and I think that looks pretty nice as well. So you do get a little bit of a bone in this thing, and Megatron can send it out to war. Nice, nice, nice. Staying in the world of 3D printed bots, and Printformers is definitely one of the best in the business at the moment. Absolutely love what Printformers are doing, and they just showed off their take on MOTORMASTER. So you can see it here with some of the other 3D printed Printformers bots that they do. But this looks absolutely gorgeous. About the same height as their take on Power Master Optimus Prime, or Jinrai, whichever one you want to go with. The scale that they use for these, by the way, is the Marvel Comics scale. So when we get a few slides on, you will see that he is the same height as the likes of Scorponok and people like that. But I think he looks so cool. I think he looks better than the Power Master Optimus Prime. They always look very, very smooth on the front and the back, and the fact that these things actually transform and look so cool, you gotta love it, right? You've gotta love it. Go and check Printformers out. I'll put a link down in the description. So I showed this dude off a little bit last week, or last Tuesday, and yes, this is the Flame Toys take on Optimus Primal, and yet he's not a kit, he is an action figure that doesn't transform, unfortunately. He stands approximately 7 inches tall. He has die-cast parts as well as plastic, and has 60 points of articulation. This dude is going to come with 2 swords, removable weapons, removable faces, all kinds of stuff, and just looks super, super cool. All the joy of having this kind of stylized take on the Transformers without having to put this bad boy together. I think think he looks gorgeous, and he does make me wish that I collected non-transforming Transformers, because yeah, very, very, very nice. Speaking of non-transforming Transformers that look very, very nice, Flame Toys at it again, this time showing off Victory Leo in all its glory. This one is a kit. This is one that you have to put together. Look at him. Oh, so nice. Heading over to ZETA Toys, and they've been showing off their latest take on the Seekers. So this is Starscream, their take on Thundercracker, and also their take on Skywarp, and these look absolutely incredible, especially in the alt modes. The bot modes still for some reason look a little bit odd to me. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something that just looks a little bit off. But the alt modes here do look absolutely incredible. Very, very nice. I only have a couple of Zeta figures in my collection, so I can't really speak to the quality too much of these. I mean, the Zeta figure that I have is their take on Fort Max, which is a smaller kind of Marvel scale, and his head comes off all the time, so we'll see. Heading over to the world of FANSHOBBY, and they've been showing off their take on Cab. This is a digital colorization. I'll put my teeth back in. This is a digital colorization of the prototype that they had, the one that we've seen kicking about that's all grey. I like the look of this. I think this looks really, really cool. I do wish this was bigger, 100%. I do wish that. The minifigures that come with these look incredible. Mine arms and legs fall on my Athena. I do also like the fact that the cab opens up at the front and you can sit it at the front. As a team together, I do think they look absolutely beautiful. I'm very hyped to get Cap. I'm going to be picking this dude up just so I can complete the set. As far as I'm concerned, FANSHOBBY have done a great job with how everything looks, but I'm yet to find a figure from this set, including Power Baser, that I am 100% happy with and could recommend. I'm really hoping that Ace Hitter in this one can be the first. Pre-orders are now up for Cap in most places now, so go and check your local retailer and also fanshobby.com for the pre-order on this. I'll definitely be putting mine down. Then heading over to the world of MECHFANS toys, Vecma Studios, Mechanic Studios, whatever they're calling themselves today, to take a look at their take on Poison. So this is their take on Octane, and I think it looks okay. It's not 100% great. It's definitely the worst thing I've seen from them in a while. I won't be picking this dude up, so you won't see it reviewed on the channel. I have made that decision, but let me know your thoughts on this if you already own this. Something very interesting though that they are releasing is all of their take on the Headmasters in one set. So this will be a set of 7 MECHFANS toys, Vecma Studios VS set. It's pretty pricey though. It is pretty pricey, but I think it comes in cheaper than trying to pick them all up separately. I'd have to do the maths, but that is pretty pricey. Heading over to the world of Occular Max, and they are just breaking my heart again because we are getting yet another delay on Lady ERIS. So Lady ERIS now was supposed to release yesterday, the 15th. Unfortunately, that's not happened, and we're now looking at the 28th. I mean, I don't know what the holdup is on this. Hopefully it's to fix maybe some challenges, some issues, maybe something happened in the back end somewhere, but hey, let's just hope this figure is everything that we hope it will be. Heading over to a brand now that I do not really know anything about at all, and this is Trumpeter. So we have some photos from the Doyusha booth at a recent show in Japan, I guess, and this is going to be a snap together model kit for the Blitzwing from the Bumblebee movie. I know nothing about these snap together kits or Trumpeter as a brand, so if you know anything about these dudes, let me know down in the comments. Heading over to the world of the X-TRANSBOTS, where these guys and Keith can't seem to catch a break at the moment. They put out a bit of a statement just reminding people that they are the legitimate and legal owner of the X-TRANSBOTS trademark, and they have registered and the corresponding product appearances in the patent. Now the details on this are because there's versions of Lock and youth versions of some of the figures from MENASOR that are being sold at a really reduced rate by somebody who's basically just knocked off a lot of them, selling them under the X-TRANSBOTS logo on places like AliExpress. Like, you can pick up the one of the versions of this for around $30, I think, up on AliExpress at the moment. A few people have pointed this out online, and they are basically taking legal action and reminding retailers to please not stock these items because they are not legitimate XTB products, and this is damaging the brand at a time when we already know they have a few challenges. So more legal action coming out of XTB for these people. I'll keep you updated, and I'll put a link to the full statement down in the comments. Heading over to Kamzik Reviews, and he's managed to get his hands on the Kingdom take on tracks, so this means that we get a little bit of a preview of this figure, and yeah, I'm back and forth on this figure. Like, in the review, I think this looks a little bit better than some of the shots that Hasbro put out. I am back and forth on this. It is the bot mode mainly that I am back and forth on. In some shots I like it, in others I don't. It does look good in some. In the car mode, in the alt mode, I do wish that it had the yellow around it. I know a lot of people are like, it doesn't need it. Well, in my case, it really does. For me to really want this is really what lets it down. It looks unfinished. It looks unpainted without that yellow. I don't know what it is. It's just in my head. It shouldn't be like that. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments. We also saw him along with a prime here, and speaking of primes, we also got a few more shots of RODIMUS himself, and he looks okay. This is the bit that looks good, and people were asking how tall he is next to Optimus Prime from Earthrise, and we can see that he is a little bit taller, so obviously he is going to scale very well with your Optimus Prime. Then Hasbro slung out the twin pack that nobody asked for. So this is an update to the Siege take on Mirage, and then also Dino, whatever you want to call him, with a new head sculpt and a slightly new coloration. Dino, Grimlock, whatever it is, it's not really for me. I do like the coloration. I do think this is the best version of Dino, but it's just not for me. Mirage would be for me. I don't think it's too dissimilar, though, unfortunately, to the version that we already got in Siege. If you put them side by side, you can see they haven't really changed too much, and I really like the Siege mold, so I just don't feel like I need this because it's not different enough. I think my biggest criticism actually of the Siege version of Mirage was it looks too Earth-like. So this one hasn't really done it for me. Let me know your thoughts. I see this as a shelf warmer. Get your credit cards ready because the new Takara masterpieces are getting ready to be shown off. These are the prototypes, obviously, and we're going to get a JETFIRE, and we are also going to get, and even more exciting for me, is Shoki, who's going to be the start of RAIDEN, a masterpiece combiner. Yes, please. Speaking of masterpiece and the movie version of Optimus Prime, we've got a few more pictures of that now. It's going to be releasing soon. Again, for me, this is just a bit of a masterpiece shelf warmer. I think there's so many different versions of this that actually look better, do a better job. The bot mode here looks okay. I know his ears go up and down, which is interesting. But the alt mode is just a little bit trashy for me on this as well. I mean, he does pose quite nicely, but there's just something about this alt mode, and especially when you go around the back of the alt mode, it just doesn't look clean, doesn't look, like I say, as good as some of the options that you have out there at a similar price point. I don't know if his eyes light up. He does look in certain pictures like he does, or if his eyes are just catching the light, but if we look at this alt mode here, it looks like it's mistransformed. It really does. Staying on primes that I don't believe that I'm going to pick up is the take on the Siege version of Prime, which is called the Perfect Finish. Now, I'm going to focus in on the Siege version here because basically what this means is slightly nicer red, crackly looking windows, and some dirt on his legs that look a little bit better than that. I know people don't like the battle damage on the Siege figures, but the battle damage on this does look a little bit better. All in all, this is nearly double the price that you can pick up a normal Siege Prime for to get the way that you really wish that they delivered him in the first place. This is not for me. The idea of perfect finish, yeah, it's not the perfect finish to this line. It really isn't. Let me know your thoughts on these ones down in the comments. We can see the side by side, and yeah, it's just not worth it really for me. You're also getting a Bumblebee perfect finish here as well. We can see the side by side comparisons on this one. Yeah, it is what it is. And the packaging does in fact look like it's from a KO line. Let me know your thoughts on these and everything else down in the comments. I will love to speak to you down there. Love the interactions that we have. This channel has just gone past 2.62k subscribers, which is absolutely fantastic. Blown away every single week by the support that I'm getting at the moment. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!